You get stale.
Popcorn?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
You forget about things like stale.
Popcorn. Popcorn. Stale popcorn.
Popcorn.
Pop.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. I'm your host, Steven, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Christopher.
Nothing else to add there, Steve?
Oh, but we also do have a couple of special guests with us. That's right, we got the boys chat with us. Boys reunion, happy to be here. We got Sam, Preston, and Dajan. Why don't you say hi, fellas?
Hi, fellas.
Hello.
Since we're together for the first time in a few years, we thought we'd switch it up a bit and talk about some of our favorite movies with a twist. We're going to be talking about our guilty pleasure movies, i.e. movies that most people agree suck, but for whatever reason, the person just likes it. So,
Yeah, like Hugh, what's his name? The Joker man?
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger and Brokeback Mountain.
Oh,
Why can't I quit you?
Why can't I quit? Well put, Christopher. So we're just going to go around. One by one, we'll have a person pick their movie, and then the other kind of try to pick it apart, and the other probably defend it, why they like it. How about that? How's that sound, fellas?
Sure.
I don't think I have any good defenses for any of my picks.
That's okay. It's a guilty pleasure movie, so it doesn't. You can just say I like it because I do.
Do I have to
Yeah.
feel guilty about it?
Yeah, that's the requirement.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so-
All right.
If you say anything negative, I'm going to come back at you hard.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect.
All right.
Well,
Well,
Sam, let's hear yours. I'm real curious.
Oh, no. Yeah. Wouldn't you guess it? Mine would be the amazing movie. It came out in a year, unknown to myself because I've only seen it once. The amazing movie Tusk with Justin Long.
I'm going to guess 2014 if I were to guess a year.
I have no idea what year. Anyone got that for me?
I don't got
Preston,
that.
you're a
for ya.
fact checker here.
Fact checker, Preston.
Yeah.
Fact check it.
Well, you like the film? Is that what you're saying here, Sam?
For me, I think horror comedies just get a bad rap, and people don't get when movies are trying to be funny. And so for me, Tusk is just an excellent, made me giggle, made me laugh, made me grossed out for just good time all around, especially if you're watching it with a buddy or a gal, and it's one of the weirdest movies you'll ever see. But I think maybe whenever I bring it up to people, they come at me hard and tell me that's terrible. And I've only seen it once, and so I've just been defending this movie for years, kind of for no reason. I'm just dying on this hill that it's amazing, but I'll probably rewatch it and switch sides as I always do.
So for people who haven't seen it or know anything about who directs it, who is in it, what's it about?
That's a good question.
Can I take a guess here? Because
Yeah.
I never seen the film, but I'm pretty sure
2014, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, hey! It's
Did you say that?
I'd guess 2014.
What a man.
I know.
Did
Can I
you cheat,
guess?
Chris?
Kind of. I didn't cheat.
Well,
What's a
okay.
I
Kevin,
didn't cheat.
I just
Kevin
wanna be
Smith
sure.
movie? I
Kevin
guess.
Smith, and I've seen the trailer. It's got Justin Long,
Justin Schlong, yeah.
and I don't know.
And
no.
that's it.
That's it.
Just
Is it
him.
really just those
It's
two?
basically
It's got
just
that
us.
one guy. He's the older guy who,
Bob Ross.
Hugh Grant?
yeah, it's Hugh Grant. Yeah, no, I forget his name. The guy who sews
Haley
him
Joel
up.
Osment.
Is he in there?
Isn't he in that?
He might be, briefly.
Anyway, we cut you
Like
off.
I said, I can't defend this movie at all because I watched it like 4 years ago and I don't remember anything about it.
Nothing about it?
No.
Wow, what a good choice.
All I remember is he says, "You will be a walrus or you will be nothing at all."
and that stuck with you.
That makes a movie for me.
You were like Frank
puts a
and
man
It's Always
real
Sunny. I get it.
Yeah, I get it now.
Fair enough. I don't think it's like I've never seen the movie, so I can't really pick it apart other than a few memes of Justin Long in that Tusk
Yeah.
suit.
For recent, if you were into the substance, you would like Tusk. If you didn't like the substance, you will not like Tusk. And
Is he like dressed up as a walrus or something? Or
Something.
maybe
that
we'll watch it later.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll watch
I'm
it
sorry,
later.
okay.
After this, yeah.
We'll watch all these tonight, and we'll come back.
Yeah, part two
Report.
coming. Fair enough, though. Dajan, what you got, fella?
I really like the Transformers movies.
Ooh.
I know that's a very...
Okay, you said a specific one the other day.
Yeah, I did. It was the Revenge of the Fallen. That's like the
And
second
which
one.
one is that? Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
Is that the one where the Transformer tries to sleep with him in the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all
Remember
I
that-
remember.
that's-
She had
Oh,
like that
man.
long tongue.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like mechanical. It was kind of freaky, but
You're gonna have to remind me what happens in that one besides that.
The writer's strike is what happened in that one.
well, I mean, kind of all over the place if you think about it.
Well, defend.
So Mr. Shia LaBeouf gets to go to college and has some fun experiences after his events with the Transformers guys, and then some new enemy comes back from the past and tries to kill everybody. And
Did he have a scholarship because he had a Transformer?
I think he was just
no, his family got
Regular.
like super rich from like all the destruction that happened to their house. The
mm,
government was like, "Oh, we're so sorry. Here's $1 million," which
that
hopefully
sounds
that
great.
happens to me someday.
That actually does happen in the movie.
Yeah,
Does it?
I didn't
yeah,
know
they
that.
get like a super nice house. I remember their 2 dogs going.
That's what you remember?
I was a little kid when I saw it, and that stuck with me. I'm sorry. But I mean, they had like I just like robots fighting.
Sure. You like your robots super
I like
racially
big- yeah.
stereotyped? Is that what you're saying?
Or like, what do you mean?
Do you remember the 2 racially stereotypical
Oh,
robots?
the one
Jazz.
voiced by Tom
Gotcha.
Kenny.
Defend that one.
It was a different time. I'm a changed man now, so I can't
Didn't they
defend
kill one of those? Wasn't that the first
that.
one?
Well,
to
one
really
guy
die? Isn't
eaten
that
by
a-
like the big,
Oh, the Demonstratron
yeah,
or
the
something?
big
I thought one
Transformer
got
guy,
ripped in half.
something like that.
Didn't Jazz or
it's-
someone?
Oh, Jazz got ripped half in the first one.
They
2007's Transformer.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Shut up, nerd. But yeah, I don't know. They're fun movie flicks. I know if you look at them objectively, they're pretty terrible, but they're
So,
just a fun time.
Did you see the first Transformers?
Yes.
The new one?
Wait,
Transformers 1?
Oh, that's
Like
what it's
the
called.
OG
Like
one?
the-
Transformers
It just came
1.
out last year. It's like an animated one.
no, but I heard good things about
And you
that.
call
now.
yourself a robot fighter?
I'm
did
sorry.
did you even see Real Steel?
I love that movie.
Oh, that's a
Mm.
good one.
Huge jacked man.
Well, if I can debate on the negative side here for this Transformers 2, you don't really remember what happens, it sounds like. And again,
It's been a while.
the robot's trying to. I guess he's of age, but still a little. I think it gets a
I'm
little on
sorry.
the rails.
Robots don't see age, Chris.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Well,
So is 2 your favorite one then?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I probably if I rewatched them again, I'd probably say no, but I'm just going off of
Memory.
Yeah, just memory. Because I remember laughing a lot more in that movie than the other ones. So I thought there was a lot of funny bits in them, but
I feel like I remember the first 3 being decent. Like most people are like, yeah, it's fine. And then
first one's great.
after the third is when it really they don't have Shia, and then it's not as good.
That was the linchpin. That's what made him great, right?
Yeah. It can't be a robot movie without Shia LaBeouf.
Why, you got a problem with Marky Mark?
I got several.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry.
So
Shia
that's
LaBeouf is what made iRobot work.
Not Will Smith. No.
well, good on ya.
I like him.
I've only seen Transformers 2 once, and it was at like 4 a.m. at a YMCA.
That's probably
What were you doing at a YMCA at 4 a.m.?
for?
We did some scout thing where they rented out YMCA, and we all stayed there the entire night running around.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, really weird. And then we watched it on, like those TVs they used to cart into schools.
Yeah.
Like it's like, hey, it's TV day.
Mm-hmm.
Or a movie day in a classroom. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
one of those, and I was like, this movie sucks so bad. So, hey, I'm happy it's your favorite.
Well, I hope when we watch Tusk that I end up hating it.
I hope so too. I want to be the only one who likes it, so I'll just defend it.
All right, Christopher, what you got?
Well, I got a few options here because I was kind of surprised. I was going off of like review, like critic wise and audience wise. These had pretty low scores.
Can we guess what yours is if you give us a year and a genre?
Sure. I got like. You want
Oh,
to
you're
guess
doing.
offhand?
Are you doing some honorable mentions?
Well, I was gonna go through them, and then if you're like, no, that's a good movie, I'll just move on to one that you guys can all gang up against.
Razzles.
Okay.
Does that arouse
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
All right. Well, I got White Chicks. That only has a 13 or 15% critic, 55% audience. You seen White Chicks?
A long time ago. I feel like that's culturally significant. A lot of memes, a lot of references.
It's a funny movie.
Yeah. I feel like that's a beloved movie
I thought
overall.
most people
I've
thought
never
it was
seen it.
pretty funny.
I don't have anything
Got
bad
Terry
to say
Crews
about
going.
that movie.
All right.
You remember that?
I got Warcraft.
Never seen it.
I'll give you that one because it was like the first video game movie at the time that was like, this isn't terrible.
Yeah. You see that, Sam?
And I remember we watched it in the theater. Chris leaned over to me and was like, this is Warcraft.
I have not seen it. I've heard that it's not as bad as what was once received when it came out.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I'd
It's got
watch
some
that.
fun
I
things.
want to watch it, and then I want to play World of Warcraft endlessly until I just fade away.
All right. Other ones I got The Day After Tomorrow.
I like that movie.
I like that one.
It's only got a 45% critic, 50% audience.
I've seen that many times.
Yeah, that's
a good one.
I've always enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
It's got Dennis and his Quaid's, Jake
Uh-huh.
and his Gyllenhaals. So
That girl from Phantom of the Opera.
It's got Bilbo.
Oh yeah, it does
Bilbo?
have Ian,
Yeah.
Ian Holmes. Is
Ian
in it.
Holmes is
Yeah,
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
he is. It's got that like rat face looking guy.
Peter Pettigrew.
I don't know how to. He just has a rat face. I don't know his name.
The guy from Snowpiercer? Oh, wait, no, I don't know.
Nah, I don't know.
No, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's fun.
There's so many terrible disaster movies out there, like San Andreas.
Yeah, that one was the
that's
first one to
bad.
freeze people
Was it?
that I can think of. That was like, oh man, Jake's gonna get frozen.
Yeah, and it looks cold.
Oh, Day After Tomorrow.
Let's-
Yeah. I thought
Quickly
San
toss the books
Andreas.
in the fire and that'll beat it
Yeah.
back.
That was I like that scene where Jake is real cold
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
and he has to be warmed. I was a little boy, okay? I liked it.
And she
Making
goes,
sure-
"How does that feel?" And he goes, "Much better."
There's wolves. It was a little spooky, but all right, I'll move on. This
Okay.
one maybe
Yeah,
I'll
we're
finally
like,
get
yeah,
you.
that one sucks. No, that's a good.
2009, Knowing, starring Nicolas
Oh,
Cage.
I love that movie.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
you seen?
I've seen that was for a long time. I consider that the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, finally, we got us a debate. Sounds like
Come on.
Sam, are you for or against? You know what we're talking?
I saw it, but I was but a child, and I was with my uncle who just will laugh at movies in a theater.
Which one?
Darren.
Oh, Uncle
And
Dan.
so he just like you couldn't like it at the time because afterwards, as soon as the movie's over, he's just like, "That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen." And he's like, "What'd you guys think?" And we're like, "Well,
If I say anything
I
now.
don't know. You've swayed me. I don't know. It's probably not bad. I probably did like it, but yeah, I was pressured by these grown men telling me that it's bad.
All right. Well, without me trash on it, I want you to explain the plot, and then we'll come to fruition
right.
that it's
Nick
bullcrap.
Cage is in that, right?
Yeah.
Nick Cage. It's got that
The leftover wig from
Austria.
Next. He's wearing
leftover boy from
the
Nick?
leftover wig from Next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Rose-
well, it's more like trimmed down a bit, but
A
it's
little,
not as
yeah.
long.
Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne.
She's the mom. I remember Liam Hemsworth has a little cameo in a classroom.
He's in that?
Oh.
for like he's like a student. For
Oh,
like
I
30
probably wouldn't
seconds.
recognize him.
I don't remember who the kids are, but this one got 35% critic, 42% audience. But if I recall, the plot is that one of his kids is like touched by aliens or something, and it's got he's like freaking out and writing these numbers. And Nicolas Cage, he's the world's greatest detective, and he's trying to figure out what these numbers mean. And I think they like lead to coordinates or something of where these asteroids are hitting the. I remember.
You're so wrong, Chris. You're so wrong.
I remember.
Who's watched this most recently?
I saw it like a year and a half ago.
Oh,
okay.
I unironically like this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
remember it being spooky, right? It's a little spooky.
It's
I
got
remember
some.
being spooked. My favorite scene. Maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but there's a plane crash that's pretty close to him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
these
Exactly.
people are like on fire.
He walks up to the guy. He's like,
There's a guy on fire running for his life, and Nick's like, "Hey, what's going on?" The guy's
"It's so
just.
good."
Does that have anything to do with the plot?
Well, it was one of the disasters,
That's
right?
right. I thought it was
Oh,
one of
that's
the
right,
coordinates.
So the
Disasters
paper
happen.
that this old lady wrote many years ago, like it'll tell you the date, where it's at, and then how many people died.
Oh.
I probably didn't understand that as a kid. I was like, there was a plane crash for
Where
no
it's
reason.
at is coordinates.
Coordinates.
Okay, all right, fine. I'll yield that to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you got he's got the plane crash, and he's figuring out those numbers are disasters.
Somehow he figures out, and is it his kid that has a gift, or where does he find these numbers from, Dajan?
Is it his kid who is like the chosen one?
Well, no, the school. Well, yeah, the aliens choose him, but like there's like a school.
Time capsule.
Yeah, time capsule. Yeah, one of those things, and like they distribute it to the kids in the classroom, and he got the paper, and he was like, "What the heck is this? I don't know what to do with this." And then his dad finds it, and then just
It's coming back to me.
yeah,
Because I think so. He's a single dad, and his kid is involved, and then Rose Byrne is a different mom, and she has a daughter, and somehow the aliens are messing with them. But there's a scene where this is a spooky parts where he sees something running outside his yard, like a alien, it's something there, and he runs out there with a bat, and he said, "Hey, you want a piece of this?" And he
just
swings
starts
and hitting
smacking
the
the tree trunk.
Yeah.
it's so good.
Oh, jeez.
So try to debate us here, Steve. Good luck.
I mean, listen, it brought us some laughs there. However, if you keep telling the story, what's
I
the
don't wanna
conclusion?
Spoil. I can't spoil the end here.
It's a
That's-
20-year-old movie. To go for it.
I mean, there's like
Adam and Eve or something.
yeah, it's like the aliens pick up like a boy and a girl, and they just like drop them off on some planet. And they're like, "Here you go, have fun."
So what was the point of the numbers?
I'll give you. All right, the end not good, but that's 1% of the movie. Okay, 99%.
Arguably the most important part of the
Well,
movie.
you could always turn it off here.
Well, yeah, the numbers tell you when the end of the world happens. 'Cause
No,
it ends.
because
and then also the coordinates of where the aliens will pick you up.
if I recall, let me put up my glasses here. The girl who's writing the numbers in the school, she's like writing them down, or whatever, and then she scratches the rest of them because she can't write down the paper.
Right.
And then Nicolas Cage has to figure out the rest of the numbers, right? And then he finds out the end of the world is at the end, right?
Yeah.
You guys are so
Because
good at
that-
remembering niche things about movies. When did you last watch this, Steven?
Because that lady and her
2010.
daughter are the ones that like her mom was the old lady that wrote all those numbers. That's how they get connected.
Oh, that's the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam, we need a tiebreaker here. Does this sound like nonsense, or does it sound like a good movie?
It sounds like something that sucks.
Yeah.
But I'd have to rewatch it.
Listen, I get
How do you guys remember this? That's insane to me.
Nick Cage. I'm all for Nick Cage.
I like him.
I love his movies. I watched Trapped in Paradise recently. He's in some good movies, but as far as like storytelling and like rewatchability, it's just that's a bad movie, Christopher.
I'm not saying it's great or amazing, but I'm saying I enjoyed the movie. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. I know the plot in and out. I know all the characters. I know everything. Well, we can move on to you, Steve. What do you got that's so bad that it's good?
Oh, well, this one is, I think people have given it a lot of flack over the years, and I think it's time we had a serious discussion about it, and from a professional standpoint. My guilty pleasure movie is Twilight, and that's for
We
real.
talking Twilight?
Like
we talking
Stephanie Meyer Twilight?
New
Yeah.
Moon?
Not Twilight Zone?
Just
or-
the first Twilight. Just the first
What's
Twilight.
the second one called? Breaking Dawn?
Christopher,
Dawn Part
let me
2?
break it down for you. It's
Break-
Twilight,
What's the second
New
one?
Moon,
New Moon!
Eclipse, Dawn Part 1. Part 2. I actually...
Yeah.
You butchered
There's
that.
5 of
Yeah.
them, and you're picking which one.
I'm just picking the first one. Just
That's the worst one, buddy. I can't wait to
I
dethrone
disagree.
you.
I disagree.
All right, go ahead.
Here we go. It's iconic. You can't get around that. It was culturally impactful in a way that shattered dimensions. You know what I mean? When you think of vampires, what do you think of?
Morbius.
Yeah, whatever.
Garlic, crosses.
Buffy the Vampire
The Vampire Slayer. They can't bloody go out in the day. And Twilight added to that.
Is there any garlic in Twilight?
I don't know.
Can't they go out in the day? They just sparkle
They sparkle.
bit?
See?
Yeah.
I didn't have to tell him that. He knew. And
I
how'd you
knew
know that?
That's
Because
dumb.
that's like
It's
they're the
stupid.
butt of the joke
Listen.
for that.
At least they're part of the joke.
So they take no harm from sunlight.
Uh,
I don't remember.
no, they don't. They just glitter a bit. But what my meaning is, this woman from Washington entered into the zeitgeist of vampire lore. She was able to do that. I think that's admirable. Am I wrong?
Can I go on a little tangent here about vampires?
Sure.
You know that it wasn't until 1920 in the hit film Nosferatu that vampires were damaged by the sun. Before they just, it was kind of a, like it kind of hurt them a little, but didn't really kill them.
Okay.
Go back to what you were saying.
Did you learn that from Nosferatu the movie?
Well, I was looking up the movie, and that's what it said.
Oh, okay.
Not that it's a point in the movie or anything, but
I guess also staying on iconic. It's got some iconic moments. From the get-go, we open on Twilight. We pan up across a mossy log to see a deer drinking crystal clear water.
Will Forte.
Wow,
Yeah.
really painting a picture.
Now, have you seen the Parks and Rec? Oh, Will Forte.
yeah,
He's
the
obsessed
Twilight
with
fan.
Twilight. He wants it in the time capsule.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I think also this is more about the movie itself, and then I'll get into the meat and potatoes of why it's a good movie. But like the background of it, it starts popularizing YA novels, right? That was like the first one where it was like, oh, we can make money off these tween girls' book.
Moms,
Twilight
their
come out
moms.
before the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, that was like the first
Oh,
one. Then they
yes.
got Hunger Games. You got
Divergent,
Blade
Maze Runner.
I remember
Maze
those
Runner, City
movies.
of Bones.
And that's why they killed off Robert Pattinson and Goblet of Fire, right? So he could go play Edward.
Maybe.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
They hit up J.K. Rowling. They're like, hey, we need him. Can you kill him in the book?
Yeah.
It's already. Oh, my bad.
I also like that the first one especially. It's like completely different than the others because it's unapologetic. Like that blue color filter, it's gross, but it is what it is. And the director, writer, whatever, they took that book and they're like, let's make a movie out of it because they like the book, and that's their vision. You can't really say that nowadays with modern movies because they're like the studio got to pick it apart and poke and prod and get a Frankenstein thing out of it. But at least with that one, the creatives were like, here's what we loved about it, and this is what we're going to do. And I respect that. I respect that they were able to do that, and it turned out beautifully, I might add. What you got?
Can
Come
I
at
ask
me.
you
Come
a
at me.
question? How old is Edward supposed to be?
Probably like 118-ish, 108.
How old's Bella supposed to be?
Of age.
Aren't they in high school?
She's
Yeah,
like
they're nice.
When they get married,
Well,
She
I'm not
is
saying
of
when.
age.
I don't-
Are we doing
So this is a grooming.
Juliet
Yeah,
law
we-
thing here?
that sounds like grooming.
Yeah, it's a grooming situation.
Because
Was Jacob? Was he introduced in the first movie?
Jacob was
For a
16
second.
in the second one, so he was younger than she was. So we're talking grooming on two standards because she was older than him and he was a dog.
I was gonna say he cuts his hair.
Oh.
There it is.
Wow,
There it is.
good
Got
one.
him. Got him.
Because she gets married in the fourth movie, Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's in high school for the first 3 or 4.
Mm.
So she's got to be like, what, 15, 16?
No, she's in the first one. I think she's a junior, and then the third one she's a senior,
Oh.
and I think the second one's like summer break or something like that.
So it's a 16-year-old, and from what I remember, you can correct me if I'm wrong, this 100-something-year-old vampire, he is just infatuated with her. He's staring her, watching her sleep through the window. He says, I just like to watch you sleep. And
Who doesn't, Chris? Listen, I get that. I hear what you're saying. I
a
smell what
little
you're stepping
creepy.
in. It is creepy. I like to think of it as this man who's been living on the world for over 100 years. And, nothing phases him. He gets just, water under the bridge the whole
This isn't
time.
the first time he's done this, I can tell.
It is. Bella made him change his whole mindset, Christopher. He came out and changed his whole thing. She was the one. It's not a great love story. I'm
What
trying.
was he doing here? What did
You're
he
stretching
change?
here.
I am stretching. Let me do some yoga beforehand.
Are you?
I'll give you that one.
You're Team Edward, I'm guessing. I'm Team Jacob until he cuts his hair.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah. I like the idea of being friends first and then, relationship.
Oh yeah.
You like the idea of staring through the window and watching him sleep and really getting to know him?
Is Taylor Lautner in like anything anymore?
Grown Ups too.
He was
Is he really?
Yeah, he does a
Yeah.
backflip or something.
He was in Valentine's Day.
Those are all like 10 plus years.
Well,
Yeah, those were a while ago.
Yeah, I'm talking like
I don't know what
within the last couple here.
abduction. I guess that was probably even older.
with Lily Collins. Yeah.
Yes.
That was a long time ago.
Well, I will say the best scene is when they play baseball.
Yes.
Oh, you took it from me.
And it has the token song.
I don't care who you are. That scene's a banger. It's a fun time, and it's a good time. I like it.
It's a disgrace to the game. It's a disgrace to America.
I don't know how that works because they'll like hit a home run just like crazy into the forest, but then they get to home base before anyone has the chance to catch it. So is that an out if someone catches it, if they make it all the way around?
It's just for fun.
I'm sorry.
too hard here.
Yeah.
They,
I want to know the
time-
vampire rules.
Because I think the thing is they time the swing because they swing so hard that it sounds like thunder. But like, can they sense when thunder is coming? And if that's so, that means the pitcher has to like willingly throw it right in the strike zone so that they can hit it during the
The
thunder.
pitcher could pitch so fast or so hard. It's like there's a second. So it's like you don't have to time it very hard. It's just right there.
And also, like as soon as they hear thunder, throw it.
Yeah, like wait for it. There it is.
They have to go through a lot of baseballs because I mean I've seen the Sandlot and he knocks the skin off the ball. I mean I can only imagine vampires just whipping that.
Sandlot Twilight crossover.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd be fun,
amazing.
yeah.
Where Benny the Jet Rodriguez plays with. You think you can pitch me out, Edward?
Well, because it's when they play baseball is when the three villains show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean like people are just roaming around like, hey, there's thunder. Where's the baseball game? And they're just like roaming around the whole planet trying to find a baseball game going on. And they
Maybe.
just happen to find them there.
Maybe.
And I think that movie ends with her like, I want to be a vampire. And he's like, all right. And then the next movie, I want to be a vampire. And he's like, yeah, totally. Next movie, I really want to be a vampire. Yeah, sure, maybe. And then it's just the same thing.
We get to you get there eventually.
But it's, you end the first one making them think, all right, she'll be a vampire. This will be fun. And then you go through years, books, movies.
You got to work up to it. That was the whole climax.
Until
Chris.
there's a CGI baby.
We're not here to talk about that.
Sorry about the first.
So I can't bring up the whole.
I will admit, though, this is probably the longest I've ever talked about Twilight.
How does the because Jacob imprints on the baby, like the second it's born, he's like, I kind of like that cry here. And that's what's going on.
Listen. I just said the first one. I can't really defend the other ones. Just the first one. I know it really gets off the rails and fast with that whole imprinting on a baby. Have you guys seen the puppet that they were going to use?
No.
No. It's horrifying. Preston's going to pull it up for you. Type in Twilight puppet baby, and you will
scary
have
is that?
nightmares.
I'm not going to
Because you've
sleep
seen
all
the
tonight.
CG baby, right? It's like a 2012 CG baby, so it's not great. But
Can't recall the last time I saw a 2012 CG baby.
Twilight. You
Well,
not
yeah,
seen
Twilight.
this?
I haven't seen the only Twilight movie I saw was Eclipse.
The most unforgettable one.
I guess.
Well, Dajan,
Look at that. Look at that thing.
Oh, why does it have really
Why is
long
it-
hair?
What on
That's supposed to
earth?
be straight out the womb, and there's a shot of
Out of the womb?
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Jeez.
It looks like the movie Megan.
Ooh.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Sick reference, bro.
Thank you. I just really wanted to bring that up.
Anyway, going back, I argue that this movie can be for both girls and boys, because it's got girls. You got the romance, right? It's not a great romance story, but you got romance, right? You got all the teenage girls loving them. You got a romantic, mysterious boy, what every girl dreams of. Girls want someone who they can like peel back the layers of and dive deeper into and get vulnerable with. Yeah, fix them. That's the one. That's the phrase. And but they also want a man who can like fight and protect for them. That's Edward. That's Edward right there.
Jacob
That's
could do it too.
That's Jacob to the core, baby.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what makes it
He's
so
a good boy.
compelling.
He's a very good boy.
Yes. But also for men want to drive a Volvo C30 automatic transmission off the top.
Where did you look? Where did you just look that up? What is this?
You remember the whole series was a Volvo commercial. Every time they drove a car, it was like, this is a Volvo. Yeah.
You thought they were gonna take an ad break just to have.
This podcast is sponsored by Volvo. No, but men, if you got a crush, you want to be able to like show off in front of your crush, and if a car's careening towards your girl, you want to be able to stop it and
Yeah,
shove
so
it. Be
I
a
bring
man.
out the Volvo.
Yeah. If you're a man, you want to be able to show off your climbing skills to a girl. Like, hey, check out this tree. Let me climb it for you.
Look how fast I can climb this tree. I could be your spider monkey.
You want to see me drive up that hill with my Volvo?
It does create false expectations because I did that with the girl. I showed her how I can climb, and she's like, I think you have autism.
Doesn't she just figure out
Don't
he's
we
a
all?
vampire by Googling? Like,
Yeah,
my boyfriend skin is sparkling. What does this mean?
it does have one of those. It's not Google. It's like off-brand because they didn't have the right.
Oh yeah, Bing or something.
Yeah, one of those. But also, it's got a banger soundtrack. Banger.
I just remember the baseball song. What else we got here?
They got the piano tune. The
Keep going.
That was really good.
That's a good one.
Did
I like
say
that
to
one.
stop?
Oh, sorry. Also, it put some people on the map. And Robert
Anna
Pattinson.
Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. There you go. That was her first appearance. Kristen Stewart was in some stuff. She's in Zathura and stuff before.
It had the guy
I like
from
that
Never
movie.
Back Down.
Oh, the villain?
James, I
Yeah,
think.
James, yep.
Zathura was like the space Jumanji one, right?
Exactly. Yes, it was
Oh.
Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah.
Kristen.
Oh, that's right. He's in
Yeah,
that.
young Josh.
Dax Shepard, I
Dax
believe.
Shepard,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and so this movie put Robert Pattinson on the map is what I'm trying to say here.
Wasn't Harry Potter before that?
Was it? I
I don't
think
know.
so.
I thought it was. I mean,
No, he's
Sam just
definitely in
told
Harry
us.
Potter first.
Yeah.
He
Sam
seemed a lot younger in that
Sam
one.
had just broke
Okay,
the
but-
news
Maybe
that
that it just
J.K.
was the
Rowling
makeup or
killed-
something. I don't know.
J.K. Rowling worked with Stephanie Meyer, and was like,
Can't
"Can
you
you
just
kill
have
off your
Voldemort
character?"
kill him real quick?
Yeah,
Please.
Can't there be a killing curse that ties to Harry's scar or something?
yeah. But no, I like that. I at least get some good talent starting off in that franchise, and I kind of have a special relationship with this movie. TBH, I used to live in Washington for a couple years, not too far from Forks, and I actually met Stephanie Meyer in person. Didn't know it was her when I met her. Oh, really? Yeah. Someone was like, "Hey, do you know who that was?" Like, no. Like, that chick wrote Twilight. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." But I like it, and I don't apologize for it because it's just a fun movie, right? It's not a good movie. It's just a fun movie, and I like it. And what else you got for me, Chris? You gonna come at me again?
I mean, I think I've come plenty, but I also actually bumped into Stephanie Meyer once as well.
Oh,
What
yeah?
are the odds?
What are the odds?
Yeah, I didn't know it was her neither.
My mom got her book signed by
Mm.
her. But so I found out she's like, on my dad's side, she's like a third cousin. And my mom was like, "Oh, that's the coolest thing." So when she came up to her and introduced herself, it's like, I'm like one of your third cousins, and Stephanie Meyer goes like, "Oh, great." Like the celebrities, like they're just like trying to be nice to you, but they're like, I really don't care.
I mean,
I'm
in
not
all
getting a
honesty, if
cent.
somebody came up to me and was like, "I'm your third cousin," I'd be like, "Oh, are you sure? Yeah."
Cool, okay.
yeah.
No idea how to prove that, but
Anyway, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well, if you're still listening here, thanks for listening, and special thanks to the boys chat. We're effectively calling it that. We got Dejan, Preston, and Sam. Thanks for coming on, guys. And yeah, make sure you follow us. Where can they follow us, Chris?
Follow us on LinkedIn. We're talking YouTube. We're talking Gmail, Napster.
bringing up all of them.
LimeWire, we're on there.
Yeah, we're on everything. But
MySpace.
Yeah,
you got anything to shout out here, Dejan?
No. I'm just honored to be here.
Oh, honored is.
Can you where can we get the link to your OnlyFans?
For my feet pics.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for? I have none
Oh,
yet.
well, that's all I got. Thanks for listening. Have a good week.
Popcorn.
Bye.
Forget about things like stale.
Popcorn, stale popcorn. Popcorn.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
popcorn.